Warning, this is a review of the episode Leap of Faith. That's episode 85 of Friendship is Magic. No audio, video, quips from the episode were being used in the making of this review, seeing that they belong to Hasbro Studios and DHX Media. Rate the video, like it, comment, favorite, subscribe it, and thank you for all the recent views. And sorry for it being a few days late. I actually had to think about this one. So I wanted to make it just right for all of you. Enjoy the show. Well, guys, sorry for the review being so late again. Leap of faith. Well, guys, have you ever felt that kind of mixed reaction, that kind of meh thing that comes when you see an episode and you don't know necessarily if you want to call it good or you want to call it bad, that it's just meh? That's exactly what Leap of Faith is. The ultimate meh. It's not as bad as Merit of Well, and it's not as good as some of the better ones this season. It's in the middle. Which this episode, seeing that it's AppleJack Ski-Sode, is rather appropriate, seeing that she's in the middle of everything. Her personality is stereotypical, one note, without any depth and direction, but it's not bad enough where the character's horrible. In other words, Applejack always, in every situation, serves her purpose. There are very few character breaks whatsoever. Leap of Faith is yet another example. Now, this is the point of the review where I would spoil the entire video, but the entire episode for you. But I'm not going to do that this week. Why? Because it's middle of the road. It's pretty formulaic, and if you go on the internet and actually view it, it's pretty straightforward. You don't really need a spoiler from me to catch the finer points. Just know it's about the placebo effect, Wild West scams, and the return of the Flim Flam brothers from Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 6000, the longest title in the history of the show thus far. God, couldn't they have made it like an acronym or something? It's very unculturally acceptable. But also, the morals are that you should, one, never give up on your dreams, two, that happiness predicated on a lie is not true happiness, and, and that three, you're only as young as you feel. In other words, if you feel old, you'll act old. And that if you believe in it, you can pretty much do it. Plus, that whole thing of sometimes a lie is easier to take from Return to Harmony creeps back its ugly head in this episode. It's delivered confidently, not badly, and the fact that the Flame Fam Brothers scam, minor spoiler, is revealed in the first act is really to the episode's detriment, but I'm not really sure. When I originally wanted to record this review on Saturday proper, I wanted to give the episode a 4. But upon further thought and a couple of days thinking about it, unfortunately I'm going to have to peg this down as a 3. This episode unfortunately paints Applejack in the best and worst light, which automatically, at least to me anyway, makes her the unofficial middle ground. She's not a bad character, she's not a good character, and because she's stuck in her stereotype, writers are forced to have to try to make something happen. And Unfortunately, Leap of Faith doesn't do that. If only the writers would be brave enough for a full on character break, not in the way of some pony to watch over me, but having her do something largely different that goes against her family aesthetic that has nothing to do with her family. I mean, complete separation. That's the only way that Applejack as a character is going to grow. And unfortunately, key or not, I don't think the writers are actually going to have the guts to do it. Which is sad because of all the Harmony 6, Applejack has the most potential to grow. It's just too bad she's already taken roots. Until next week when we get to talk about a more interesting episode. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, and I hope it's not the beginnings of the start of the rock band in Rainbow Rocks. But knowing this show and throwing curveballs this season, it probably will. So, until next Saturday, and by the way, make sure to tune into the Code Harmony podcast for more of an extended analysis view of this episode from me and my friend Slash Arbiter, also part of the Code Equestria family. Until then, find peace in your own nirvana, and I will see you later this week.